And we're back. Hi guys, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. This is the monthly Tarotscope for the sign of Libra. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much. If you have Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Libra, you may want to watch this to indicate what type of a May you're having. If you have heavily placed planets in the sign of Libra, I would say 3 or more would indicate heavily placed. Then you may want to watch this and see what kind of May you might have. This is a broad spectrum reading, so I use broad terms. You have to figure out where it places in your life and take what you need and sort of leave the rest. If none of this makes sense to you or it doesn't sound like anything that resonates with you, that's completely fine. You don't have to, take this on as your reading. So let's see here. What does Libra need to know for the month of May? The first card that I'm using is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. This card is going to be a signifier for the month, sort of gives an overview of what might be going on, something to reflect upon or focus on throughout the month. And let's see what's going on with Libras. Oh, whoa, okay, Libra, get it. Lunar God, the masculine, card number 42, also a number 6. We just had 6 for the number of, the reading for Gemini. Interesting. I'm kind of digging him. All right, so let's look at that for a minute. The masculine. I kind of feel like this might be Libra needing to take care of themselves. And what I mean is like not just sort of defend, but also like maybe breadwin, stand up for themselves, stake their claim, state their piece, draw a boundary around something, make clear something that maybe they've been, I don't want to say avoiding, but if you haven't been clear with it just yet, this masculine card to me feels like it's telling us, okay, now is the time for us to sort of step into our own, take care of ourselves, do what we need to do to get the job done, take care of it. If we need to be our own protector, then so be it. If we need to be our own breadwinner, go out and get it. Kind of making sure our needs get met. And that's the feeling that I'm getting from this card. If we've been sort of allowing others to take care of us, this may not be the month to do that. We might need to sort of put our foot in the ground or, and say, no, like, this is what I want and this is how it's going to be, kind of thing. So that's the feeling that I'm getting from this card, is it's just sort of like owning who we are and what we need, what we want, and moving towards that. Now let's look at the tarot cards and see what else comes out, because I might bounce back and forth between this masculine card and the rest of the cards. The first card is the center, where you're centered at this month. For the majority of the month, you'll go in and out of this card. It gives us insight into not only where you're at, but also what you could potentially be creating for the future. So this is the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles can indicate a little bit of stinginess. To me, fours always indicate stability. I think of 4 legs on a table. Pentacles would be very grounded, very centered. I can get sort of this masculine energy from this Four of Pentacles too. In a traditional Four of Pentacles card, it's a gentleman sitting there holding 4 pentacles underneath like his feet and holding one really tightly at his heart. But when I look at this feels like standing our ground. Like this being earth energy, it's about being grounded, being stable, making sure things are taken care of, not necessarily being overly lavish, too extreme, or crazy. It's about keeping things very even-keeled. I almost want to say like basic, pared down, not a lot of room for fluff. Kind of like, my way or the highway. This has a little bit of that sort of an energy too, just because it is a Pentacles card, but also the 4 to me, it just sort of feels like, nope, you're not going any further than here. So what I mean by that is it's not a bad thing for you. It's like, it's about boundaries this month. It's about not letting others shake you, whatever those others may be, whether it's a partner or job or situations. This Four of Pentacles feels like an actual source of strength to me. And it feels like keeping everything in alignment instability, moving forward at a, a steady pace. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Who doesn't want that right now, especially after the 2020 we've all had? But this isn't necessarily up for negotiation, is the feeling that I get with this cat. I feel like my Libras know, like, nope, that's not going to happen. This is what I want. This is how it's going to be. And this is how I'm going to maintain it for the month of May. All right. So let's go to the foundation card. This card represents from the past. It tells me a little bit about sort of what was going on in the past that opened the door for everything to be the way that it is in the reading today. It's also the thing that sort of everything's built upon. So this could be what's driving you into the future, or holding everything in place. So this is the Four of Swords. Interesting. This is your home element of swords, or that of the air element. And so when I see the 4 over the 4, I kind of like it. I like the symmetry. Very good. Great balance. Get it, Libra. But I will say this. The 4 of Swords is about taking a retreat, a withdrawal, maybe saving one's mind, one's mental health, through meditation, through pulling away from others, through just kind of being in one's own space and taking the time to kind of get one's own mind right? And we're talking about this from the past. So, and this maybe even is something as very recent past, but whatever it is, it's opened the door for you to kind of step into this role of being your own provider, or your own masculine for yourself, right? Where you take the stand, where you sort of even everything out with this 4 of Pentacles and say, like, no, this is how it's going to be this month. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm working for. There's definitely a distinct steadiness to both of these two 4s that makes me feel like you guys are super grounded and ready to like kind of get down to business. What that business is, I'm not exactly sure, but it does feel like with these 4s that the answer to me or for you guys is very clear, succinct, and not to be changed or challenged in any way. So let's look at the Spirit or Soul card. This tells me what your higher self is working on. So this is the Knave of Swords. I love this because this is, again, air energy, so it fits right in your wheelhouse. The pages usually bring messages with them. The Page of Swords can indicate kind of a youthful version of, say maybe a youthful, optimistic mindset, a willingness to learn, keeping that open sort of mind. So when I see this in your spirit or soul space, I feel like it's helping you along, right? It wants to open you up to have a little bit of fun, but also it's sort of allowing you to, like, the feeling that I get is it's sort of like your spirit saying, it's okay, let's use our skills in our mind to sort of move ourselves towards what it is that we do want, right? What it is we need to sort of fight for, where it is we need to find the strength or the sort of the masculine aspect of ourselves to be the go-getter, the breadwinner, the producer, right, of our own story. And not to say that my Libras aren't producing their own story, but this is very much a kind of directed effort, I feel like, with both of these 4s sitting there. And the 4 of Swords is like you've rested on this for a while, this idea, or you've gotten clear now mentally, and now you're ready to move forward in, actual effort with this 4 of Pentacles. The Knave of Swords is saying, okay, great. Well, this is going to be a learning experience for both of us, but let's have fun while we're doing it, right? We can do this, right? And I get this feeling with this Knave of Swords that because it's Swords energy and it's air element, it's going to be hopefully fun and pleasurable for you, whatever this experience is. Each one of you are going to be working on something different, but whatever clarity you've gotten around whatever the issue was for you in the past, now we're ready to either change that or move towards something better, new, different, whatever it is that we want, right? So the next 2 cards are the outside influences. These are things that could be affecting you either positively or negatively. They can be things like people or events, or things more vague like belief systems or energies. So one is the 10 of Pentacles. Not mad at this card at all. There could be definite money-making opportunities. There could be blessings coming at you materially, not only for you, but for you and your family or your friends, right? This is usually a celebration or a card where you get to sort of share the wealth with everybody. With that Four of Pentacles in the center, the Four of Pentacles is not necessarily the most, say, giving card, but I like it in this reading because to me, with that masculine card over here as the guide, it feels like us being stable, producing, focused. It's got that vibe to it. The Ten of Pentacles feels like it's answering to that Four of Pentacles. It's answering to the clarity of the Four of Swords, that the work that we've done on ourselves in the past, right? The time where we spent the dialogue with ourselves. We've spent that time having that dialogue with ourselves in our own mind to get clear, to know now, okay, this is where we need to move to. So now we need to take that action through this aspect of the masculine self, right? And so the Knave of Swords is up there in the spirit space going, okay, cool, I'm excited. Let's learn this. Let's do this, right? Let's explore this. Let's create more. Let's have more abundance. And for each one of you, that's going to be something different. But this Ten of Pentacles wants to come in and give you that, if that makes sense. As long as you stay sort of steady, dedicated, focused, grounded, which I feel as though my Libras will. So let's see what the other outside influence is. So we have the Two of Wands. This would be fire element energy. And the Two of Wands is all about sort of creating desire, right? Like formulating what it is we want and how it is we want it. And then in the Three of Wands, it's sort of like the expectation of when it's going to arrive and how it's going to get there. When we see this cat in this Two of Wands, he's looking out over the horizon, sort of an expectation, right? Wondering, where do I want to be in the world? What do I want to do? To me, this says that it's like an open door or window for the Libras to decide, where is it that I want to go? What really stimulates me? What is the thing that excites me? I think that you may already know some of this, but there could be some opportunities here to also build upon it, or what's the word? There could be like the universe is not only giving you sort of material wealth through the Ten of Pentacles, but it's also giving you the opportunity to figure out, where do you desire to be? What do you desire? And I'm not talking about just like normal desire. I'm talking about desire, like deep spiritual desire, right? Because we have that Knave of Swords in the spirit space, which says to me, okay, I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to study. I'm willing to figure this out. So mixing that mental air Knave of Swords energy with our spirit space opens up the door for this Two of Wands that says, okay, spirit, where do we want to go? Right? So there's an opportunity here, I think, for the Libras to move forward in very big and profound ways, as long as they step into this role of this sort of masculine, which is like, let's go after it. Let's make it happen. Let's create it, even if it's not there. If we have to force it, we will, kind of thing. But I don't think you'll have to force it. I think that the Ten of Pentacles says that things will be blessing you and good things will be coming. And the Two of Wands says that things will also be open to new futures and the possibilities of creating that. You just sort of need to tap into that and be aware of it. Learn when it sort of shows up to you in the month of May, and then take advantage of it, Libra. Like totally take advantage of it. So the last card is where the potential outcomes card. This card indicates where you guys will end up by the end of the month, barring that nothing major changes. It is not set in stone. If this card is negative, we can take it as a warning and utilize make choices and changes in our life to affect the outcome. But if this card is positive, we can take heart in the fact that we're naturally heading towards this. So this is the Eight of Pentacles. So I'm not mad at this card. I feel like you guys are like on work, on a work journey in May, or where do I want to be financially in May idea, working towards your goals. With that Four of Pentacles in the center and ending in the Eight of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles, it's an outside influence. There is opportunity here. There is sort of, upward career mobility. The Eight of Pentacles would indicate working though, or having to work, doing the finer details, paying attention. Again, like I said, with the two fours, which 4 and 4 would be an 8. Those two fours, that clarity of mind and the Four of Swords and the clarity, that sort of Four of Pentacles. It requires you to have focus, to not be challenged, to sort of be, to take action, to go after what it is that you want. The Eight of Pentacles would indicate like bringing your own special sauce to the table, right? Your own special craftsmanship, to whatever it is that you're trying to build, and to stand strong in that, stand true in that, stand firm in that. That's those 2 fours. And if you have to feel as though you're learning as you go, that's a little bit of the Knave of Swords up in the spirit space. That's okay. It will stimulate and excite your spirit. And I think that all of that is a really good thing. So don't fret if you have to work a little bit, even towards month's end, to get your goals. The dedication in the 8 of Pentacles is there, and the opportunity to make it happen is there. It may take a little bit longer than the month of May, though. I do want to say that. And I'm saying to make it happen, each one of you might be wanting to make something different happen. Like maybe it's a relationship or a new job or whatever it is that you want to make happen, Libra. You can do it through your own sort of skill set and your own, even if you're learning as you go, you can make this happen. You just have to be sort of dedicated, focused, and grounded in everything that you do, and utilize the power of this masculine card, this lunar god, to kind of carry you through it. The strength of him, right? He resides sort of within you, my Libras. I hope that makes sense. That is your forecast for the month of May. Please leave me a question or comment, and I look forward to seeing you guys next month. All right, take care.